What games do I need to complete my Xbox collection? Let's go! Hey YouTube, welcome to the channel, or welcome back to the channel. How's your day gone? Oh, no way. Seriously? Well, that's great. I'm really glad you did that. Now we've had a nice little catch up. Don't forget to subscribe so we can catch up more often. Welcome to this new mini series that I'm going to do, where I'm going to be looking at all my game collections by console. And I'm quite organised when it comes to my game collecting, okay? So what I'm going to do, I look at each game console and write out or come up with a wish list of games that I need to complete my collection, okay? No, I'm not going for a full collection. It's just games that I want to add to my collection, then I would consider it complete, okay? So this week we're going to start off with the Xbox. So this is my Xbox wish list. There is actually only 8 games, I believe. So basically, I've had a look at the new, I'm not fussed on it, the new CEX website, okay? So I've gone through all games. What was there? 719 games or something like that. So I've gone through and I've just done a screenshot. Hopefully I'll be showing you the game cover or something if I remember to edit it in. So I've done a screenshot of all the games that caught my eye, and it comes down to 8 games, so I'm not that far away. I don't know how many games I've got in my Xbox collection, but I'm a big fan of the Xbox. It was one of the, I think it actually was the first time, I was definitely the first person in my friends group that had an Xbox, and it was the first time ever where I bought it out of my money, and it was current gen, do you know what I mean? So I wasn't, because when I grew up, we were kind of a console behind. The Mega Drive comes out, then we have the Sega Master System. The N64 gets announced, then I have a Super Nintendo. I was always like almost a full generation behind, do you know what I mean? The Xbox was nice. The games are coming out, I'll be buying them straight away, okay? So I've got a lot of fond memories with the Xbox. So that's why I thought we'd start there. And like I said earlier on, there is 8 games ranging from 50 pence, and the most expensive one, £38. The thing with the Xbox, you can buy fantastic games for 50p. Or they do get quite pricey. There's one I'm going to talk about that's £80. It's like, how the hell is that £80? Maybe you can tell me. Okay, so let's get into it, shall we? First up is, I thought I had this quite a few times, I'm going to be saying that probably, is Tenchu Return from Darkness. Currently in CX, it's £5. It's one of those games where I really, really, really want to get into. I've watched Shout Out Great Men Taking Over the World, one of my favourite YouTube channels. They were one of the channels that inspired me to start my channel, okay? Ren, Shout Out Ren, he does a fantastic video talking about the first Tenchu game and how it inspired him to get into art and stuff like that. I think he drew like an art book when he was in school. He's really talented as well. All blood and guts. All inspired by the Tenchu series. So I enjoy watching him play it. So the Xbox one looks pretty good, do you know what I mean? So that is £5. Next up is a game I thought I had in my collection. This is the 50p game, is Rainbow Six 3. Yes, that's 50p. The reason I said I thought I had it in my collection, I went to play it last Wednesday, and Rainbow Six 3 Black Arrow, the wrong disc was in there, and I've had that for about 4 years. That was probably an early, because it's always been 50 pence. It hasn't gone down or hasn't gone up in price. Yeah, so I've had it. I finally decided, right, what should I play on the Xbox? I'm in the mood to play Rainbow Six 3. Like Black Arrow, I briefly played that, okay? But because I didn't play it back in the day, there's no nostalgia there. So I want to play Rainbow Six 3, really. And yeah, it's 50 pence. So that's another one I need to get in my collection. Oh, another weird one. Star Wars Obi-Wan is currently £12. It hurts me to have to pay another. I think I paid £8 once for it. So I've got two in my collection. CEX, I think it was CEX in Carmarthen. I bought a couple of games. This was very early on. This was probably one of the first times I went out and bought a stack of games. I think I was with my mum for some reason. So I went into CEX. She went round her shops. I came out with a stack of games. It didn't cost me a lot of money. The prices are a bit more manageable back then. And the price that I always add up the prices, and the price that the girl asked me to pay was about £2 or £3 less than what I thought it was. So, okay, it's cheaper. Maybe some of the prices have gone down between the time me go in. Like I normally got a screenshot. I'm very organised. Okay, I got screenshots on my phone, so I know exactly what I'm looking for when I go into CEX. Okay, so it's about £2 or £3 less than I thought I was going to pay. So I thought less is great. When I got home, I looked at my receipt and they hadn't charged me for Obi-Wan, and it was, I'm sure it was £8 at the time, either £6 or £8 at the time. But one of the games had gone up in price, so that's where the confusion came in. So I thought, great, well, I've had Obi-Wan for free, basically. So there's something bugging me about the box. It was French. And as far as I can figure out, you can't change the language from French to English. So I thought, well, I'm stuck with it now because I can't take it back because I haven't got anything on my receipt that didn't technically pay for the game. So I've kept it. And I bought it again. I definitely paid £8 the second time I purchased it, or first time I paid for it, let's say. And it doesn't work. The disc is corrupt or something like that. So, and I really enjoyed it. I'm not saying it was Game of the Year or anything like that. I did finish it back in the day. I believe someone lent it to me. It was an early release as well. I'm not sure if it was a launch title, but yeah, it was a really cool cover as well because it was Xbox and everything was green, like the lightsaber and all. I thought it was really cool. Yeah, so that's another game I need to get in the collection. A working Obi-Wan. That's £12. What's next? Now, I've always had my eye on this. It might be good. It might not have aged very well. Is Scrapland. It is an Xbox, only on Xbox game, okay? There was a time where I was considering going for a complete only on Xbox collection, but thinking about it, I'm not really going to be. I think it's like a Barbie game or something like that. Why go for a complete collection? I get why people like to do it, to say, yeah, I've got a complete collection. Like, I'd love to have a complete. I'm very jealous of people who've got a complete Sega Master System collection. But yeah, this is only on Xbox, but it does look like a good game. It's currently £3 in CEX. It seems like an open world, like 3D platform action game kind of thing. And there was quite a few good ones on the Xbox. It's not a genre I really loved, but I think for £3, and it's a game I've always, even from back in the day, I remember looking that the graphics were pretty impressive. And if I'm not mistaken, it's had a re-release quite recent, within the last 3 or 4 years, on PC. So it must be, to have a re-release or a remaster, there must have been something going on with it. And I think, do you know the Alice game? I've got Alice, like the Alice in Wonderland. There's really good games apparently. Haven't got around to playing mine yet. I've got one of them on the Xbox 360. A lot of people, when they're talking about hidden gems and stuff like that, they say Alice pops up in their lists, you know. I think it's the same makers or one of the same developers or something. There's some connection there, okay? So yeah, that's Scrapland, and that is £3. This has been, when I've been live streaming, someone's recommended this, and just before I pressed record now, and I did a screenshot and thought, yeah, let's have a look what it's all about, and it does look really good. Is X-Men Legends 2, Rise of Apocalypse. I think I said it right. Apocalypse. Yeah, Rise of that. And that's only £2.50. I've got a funny feeling I've either played that game, or I've definitely played one of them. For some reason, I'm not sure if they came out in the PS3, that kind of game, and it was very relaxing. Actually, I do remember playing one of them, and that was one of the first times I remember drinking a whole bottle of wine myself. So it was at the very start, becoming alcohol dependent. I can't say I was an alcoholic because I haven't been diagnosed, but to having the early days of my addiction, let's say, that was one of the games I remember playing. So yeah, it's £2.50, and it does look like a half decent story as well. I'm all about X-Men rather than like the Marvel side of it. The X-Men are so much cooler in my opinion. That is £2.50. Another one, Motocross Mania 3. I remember the first one. I had no idea they did a second one. So obviously when I saw Motocross Mania 3, I think, and it's £3 as well currently in CEX. So I'll definitely be picking that up next time I see it. It looks like there was a load of these games, especially on the PlayStation 2, like the MX games and stuff like that. But unfortunately, MX went the more realistic almost, because you can one of your thumbsticks controls the bike, and the other thumbstick controls the actual human on the bike. It's very confusing. So Motocross Mania, it came out at a time where it was just all about the arcade. It was basic controls, and the tracks look really good fun, and it's got that you can knock people off by, you got weapons and stuff like that, so you can knock your opponents off the bikes. So yeah, and that is £3. I've never seen this in the wild. Final Fight Streetwise. I don't think it reviewed very well, but it's just always something I've wanted to experience. I don't know if any of my friends have ever played it. Nobody seems to be talking about it. I think I saw a review, might have been the Angry Video Game Nerd did a review on it, saying how terrible it was. So, it is quite pricey. It's currently £25 in CEX. But yeah, that is a game, when I see it for around that price, or there or thereabouts, I'll be picking that up. I think the problem was, it was 3D, wasn't it? Rather than like the 2D side-scrolling, it was more in 3D, and they didn't really pull it off. And the thing is, with Capcom, they did struggle with the Street Fighter franchise. They, remember, like Mortal Kombat went from 2D to 3D. Everything wanted to be like Virtua Fighter, like Tekken, isn't it? So Street Fighter tried it, and they couldn't do it. And I think Final Fight proved that they couldn't do it. So they had another company develop the EX, Street Fighter EX series, under the Capcom banner. So there's a bit of history for you. So Final Fight Streetwise is £25. Oh, here it is. This isn't a game I want in my collection. I'd like it in my collection. I've actually got it on the PS2. Why the hell is Outrun 2006 Coast to Coast £80 on the Xbox? I paid something like £5 for that on the PS2. I got a little bit excited when I saw it. I thought, have I got that on the Xbox? But no, I've got the PS2 version. There must be a difference. Does anyone know? Let me know in the comments. Why is that £80? Wow, I remember they sold a lot of them when I think I rented it or borrowed it back in the day. But I do remember seeing a week later after it come out, in-game remember they used to have those baskets, those big huge baskets, and all the pre-owned games used to be in there. It was just Outrun 2. It was just everyone traded it in. So I think it reviewed really well, but a lot of people didn't like it. Maybe it was quite a hard game or something like that. But why is that £80? Does anyone know? But that's not on my list, okay? So we're not adding that to my total. Oh, and the last game then is the most expensive game, is Bloody Roar Extreme. That's currently £38 in CEX. Never seen it in the wild. I want to have a full Bloody Roar collection. There's such an underrated fighting game franchise. I am almost amazed why someone hasn't paid the developer. Is it Hudson? I think was the developer, so I'm assuming they're not around anymore. You don't see the name Hudson out there much. Why hasn't someone picked up that IP and done something with it? There's loads of people like me, and some of my friends, I know they'd like a remaster or something like that, or even like like Capcom collection or something like that. Do a Bloody Roar collection. Launch that on the PS5 and PC maybe, and just test the water to see if that fan base is still out there, which I'm confident it is, and then put that money towards making a new game, you know. That is currently £38. So there's 8 games there, okay? And so just to recap, Tenchu is £5, Rainbow Six 3 is 50 pence, Star Wars Obi-Wan is £12, Scrapland is £3, X-Men Legends 2, £2.50, Motocross Mania 3, £3, Final Fight Streetwise £25, and Bloody Roar Extreme £38. £89, I think that is, if my maths is correct. Beep, boop, beep. Yeah, £89 I got. Let me know, am I wrong? I'm alright at maths, actually. So 8 games. I'm £89 away. It's not as simple as just order them online, order them on CEX. For one, CEX have their delivery prices gone up, hasn't it? It's £2.95 now instead of £1.95, so be careful out there. So it's a nice feeling to know that I've got 8 games, and I would consider my Xbox collection complete. I've got most of the big hitters, if I'm honest, like the games I had growing up. Like on this list, other than Star Wars Obi-Wan, Rainbow Six 3, and possibly X-Men Legends, I didn't have all these games back in the day, you know, so quite a lot of them I haven't played. So I'm not far off. I'm not collecting, I don't want a huge games collection of games I never intend to play. So they're games, and I could play any one of them within the next week, you know. So yeah, that is, don't want to talk too much longer, okay? Yeah, it's a new series I'm launching. Any other YouTubers want to do the same thing as well? Open tag, I think they say. Yeah, tag away. That was my Xbox wish list. What games do you think? I might have them in my collection, mind. I'd consider, that's pretty much complete Xbox collection then. There we go. We'll cut it off there. Thank you very much for watching. Love you. Bye.